Hey everybody, it's Alex again, and welcome to the second episode of the second season of The Roasted Mind. I know I've been gone for a couple weeks. I've been trying to get my affairs in order slowly but surely. The apartment again has been coming together and all these other excuses that I'm not really going to make. But what I will say is that I apologize for the delay, and I also apologize for the delay in everything that I have been failing to keep up with, whether that's the website or the short form reels that I will make from time to time, or it's the kind of come make a coffee with me, let's have a chat type of video that I made. I think I've only made that once, and for the show, and I apologize for the delay. I don't really want to make an excuse anymore, and I don't really want to continue making excuses for my failure to keep up with my promises, whether it's the promise to you guys and the show and to our conversations together, or maybe it's just the promise to myself. Maybe it's the lack of fulfillment that I am accomplishing by letting this go. And I don't really want to let it go. I do not want to let it go. It's just hard sometimes to get everything aligned in order to be able to record an episode. And it's not really that much. That's the issue. So I don't want to make an excuse there in saying that it's hard to set up and go. It really isn't. But one of the issues that I faced was I was trying out these like Amazon little wireless mics today because I just ordered them. I figured it'd be a lot easier than holding the microphone, and I'd be able to do more hand movements and just kind of be more personal, hold my coffee, take little sips. But the audio on these is kind of particularly bad. It sounds very muffled, and I'm not really going to sell you guys on this product or anything because I'm not using it, right? I'm using this. But yeah, I'm definitely going to return these. These were not good. These are the May Besta. That's what it says on the thing. So that's an issue of trial and error. But today I do want to talk about the topic of excuses over a Cortado. And a Cortado is, as the name implies, it's cut, right? It's 2 ounces of espresso with 2 ounces of steamed milk. And it's really, I think it's become my second favorite coffee drink, probably my first favorite milk based drink, just because it's not so much milk and it's an equal part espresso to milk. My first favorite, of course, being the pour over. I love a good pour over. I really need to try more shops out here in Portland to get more pour over, recommendations, and try different flavor profiles and see which ones I like. I did try a Korean coffee shop the other day called Less and More here in Portland, Oregon. Definitely go check it out. Less and More. The second location is an actual building. The first location is like a stand outside. Phenomenal coffee, phenomenal barista. Definitely knew his stuff, and he really got us talking. Great guy, great shop. I cannot recommend them even more. I got the Enjoy Me latte, which had kind of Korean flavors to it. Incredible. Just go check it out if you're ever in the city. So I don't really want to make any more excuses in general. I don't really want to continue making these excuses on the fact that why am I letting myself down? Why am I not doing these things that I want to be doing? Why am I just kind of being a disappointment? Whether it's to myself or maybe I feel like I'm a disappointment to those around me. I am working hard, and I recognize that, but I'm not working hard in the things that I want to work hard in. I'm working hard on my job. Yeah. And that's a given, that's my main source of income. That's my job. But that's not really what I want to put all my focus into. And I've already spoken on the show about my career and how I don't particularly like it. And actually, side note, I'm leaving bedside nursing and I'm going to do a clinic job. So that's going to be awesome. But that's not going to be for another month. So I got to push through for another month. But like I said, I don't really want to give my all to this position that I'm currently in because I don't really care for it that much. What I would like to give my all in is coffee. What I would like to give my all in is, and I just got the new iPad M2 Air to study Japanese and to continue reading books. I'm currently reading Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky. And it's these little things that I really kind of want to dive myself into, but I'm not allowing myself to. And why is that? When I kind of look in the mirror, or I kind of think and I'm awake at night, or wake up super early in the morning, have nothing to do but just lay there with my thoughts. And one of the things that I really do think about is how I'm guided by these distractions that I kind of set for myself. And it's not an excuse for me to say that, oh, but maybe I need some downtime. Maybe I need a relaxer. Maybe I need to play some video games. It's not like that. I'm recognizing that I'm not doing good in the way that I want to do. I recognize that I'm not being as productive in the way that I want to be. I'm acknowledging that I want to do more in other fields, yet I just don't. And I want to make progress towards these other things. If I'm being completely honest, the latte art I made on this Cortado sucks. It's not good. And why is that? Because I don't practice. Because I don't practice latte art. My piano has been slacking. And why is that? Because I don't practice piano. I sit there and I practice the same little melody that I have stuck in my head, and I don't progress it. I don't challenge myself. And maybe that's the issue, is I don't challenge myself. Maybe the issue is that I just kind of want the easy way, and I want to already be there. I really want to be great at these things, and so I say, well, I don't need to practice, or maybe I just put it off and I do something else because I want to do something easier. And I'm trying to get rid of that mindset. I'm trying to kind of push myself and challenge myself more every day, and the fact that good things don't come easy, right? But I'm not going to sit here and make the excuse that I deserve a break. And I'm not going to sit here and make the excuse that I deserve a day to just kind of relax, because then a day turns into 2 days, which turns into a week. And the more and more excuses I tend to make, the less I get done. And the less I get done, the more like crap I feel. The more, and maybe this is a really big word to throw out there, but kind of the more depressed I feel about my progress. Really big word to say, but I think that's true. There are a lot of moments in time or during my week and my day where I just feel empty, or I get lost in thought over the wrong things. And that could probably be due to me not being able to fulfill these roles that I'm setting myself in, and these promises that I'm giving myself, because I keep making excuses. It's not okay for me to make these excuses. It's not okay for me to continue to say that I'm great when in actuality I'm just mediocre. I mean, I can't even keep up with this show, a passion project of mine that I've been doing for a year, and I had already taken about a month and a half off, and now I can't even upload continuously. I can't devote time to these short form videos. Hell, it took me how long to sit down here and pull out the same mic that I've been using for a year after contemplating on buying a cheap $20 Amazon mic? I need to do better. I need to do better for myself. I need to do better for my hobbies, for everything that I really stand for. Because if I'm not willing to put in the time for what I stand for, then what really is it that I do stand for? Then who really am I to say that I'm good at these things? Then what are my interests? I've been starting to get into some new things lately. Poetry has been one of them. Very, very vague, very, very light. I just started getting into it this week. Getting back into learning Japanese. Just started that again this week. And the things that I used to do, like practicing piano or going for runs, I'm not really doing much. And some of that is a give and take. That's okay. I can sacrifice not going for a run because I go to the gym and I can run there. Even though I do want to run outside, I can go to the gym and I can run there. That's fine. And I do that. Practicing music, I really should focus more on, because I continue to tell myself I want to be this really good musician, or at least I want to be able to play something for the people that I love around me, whether it's for Thanksgiving or Christmas or just a friend's gathering, come over, drink, listen to me play some jazz piano. I can't even do that. I want to open this coffee shop, and yet I can't even practice making espresso, finishing latte art, dialing in my shots. I think that in total, the entire time that I've been doing espresso, I've gotten 3 solid, like, good espresso shots, and then I could never mimic it. And they're like few and far between, right? There's like one here, then a couple months later there's one, and then I just had one this past weekend. There was one there, and this one is actually a little sour. I'm not afraid to own my mistakes. I'm not making an excuse for it. I'm just saying that this one is sour. God, I love Cortado. God, I love a good Cortado. What can I say more about excuses and the fact that I don't want to make them other than what I've already relayed? I think the next big thing is I've already acknowledged it, so I need to act on it. And I'm not going to beat a dead horse here, because if you go back to any episode that I've spoken about certain things like this, I always talk about how, maybe I will act on it. That's what I have to do. Oh my God. I'm a genius. No. I'm not going to beat a dead horse and say that the key is to do. The key is to act. What I am going to say is I am holding myself more accountable each day, and I'm noticing that. And I'm making this transition from I need to do this to I am doing this already, because I do not want to speak about it if I have not already done it. And what I can say confidently is that I am making the effort to recognize and consciously stop the distractions, stop the excuses, continue to push myself to do better in the things that I want to do. And that's like one of the good things about working night shift at bedside, is that I get a lot of free time to think. I get a lot of free time to sit down and write on my iPad, to read a book. I might lose that when I do the clinic job, but work-life balance, I'll gain that, and that's more important to me. And maybe in that balance, I'll be able to fuel myself more, be able to work more, be able to work harder on the things that I really do want to work on. Step by step, it's getting better. Step by step, I'm not quite there yet, but I will be, and I know that because I've already taken the steps to get there. How fair is it for me to tell you that I'm going to do better, and then next episode say I've regressed? That's not really being a good friend, is it? Maybe these coffee chats with you and I they can be a bit unfair to you. They can be. And at times I sit here and I realize that, and I start to think, well, what can I talk about that I haven't already talked about? And I go through these things that I'm going through, and I'm thinking about what I can share with you, and I've already shared them, and I'm still going through them after a year, after how many months, and I'm still going through it because I haven't made any progress. I cannot make the excuse, and I cannot be unfair to you by saying that I am trying, because I wasn't. But now I am. Or rather, I have been recently. And that's why I can tell you this. And that's why I can tell you that I am going to be, or I am doing good. Because I have been trying. This is something that I've already been doing. It's not something that I'm going to start. And so I apologize for being very unfair. I apologize for being incredibly absent-minded in my own affairs and in our chats, in our conversations over a cup of coffee. I apologize in just being a bad friend. but I will always be here to listen. I will always be here to talk. And you best believe I will always have something to say, because this journey is not static. I'm not done by any means. I've just made a major regression, but I think now it's time to take a step back. Right? As an oxymoron as that sounds, a step back from a regression, that's like 3 steps back. But take a step back and reevaluate my desires, my goals, what drives me, my daily habits. That way I can be fair, not only to you, but to myself, to the people around me that care about me, to the hobbies that I like to do, to my mentors, past and new. I will not make the excuse anymore that I am busy. I will not make the excuse anymore that I have no time. I will not make the excuse anymore that I would like to do one thing over the other. I will not make the excuse anymore that I need to rest. I will not make the excuse anymore that a break is well deserved. I will not make the excuse anymore that I am fine where I am. I will not make any more excuses. I will continue to push and work through. I will continue to grow. That way I can be this kind of guy that I've always envisioned myself to be. When I see my friends again, when they come and visit me here in a state that I have no idea what's around me, and they don't either, I want them to think that, is this Alex? He's grown. And right now I haven't. Right now I'm still the same. And there's nothing wrong with being the same. But I want growth. I want to grow. I want to change. I want to be the me that I envision myself to be. And now, with no prior attachments out here on my own, I have the opportunity to do so. And I cannot let it go to waste. So no, I will not be making any more excuses. So thank you again for listening to The Roasted Mind. I appreciate the honesty you were able to let me open up with, and I appreciate the time you've taken to hear me open up about all this kind of nonsense that goes through my head. You know, if you have anything you want to say, just shoot me a message. We can always talk. How personal, how vague, how open, how closed, it's okay. But just send me a message. I'll respond with a cup of coffee. I'll talk to you guys later, okay? Bye.